not answered the question that when you sent someone there, it was a fake name and a fake address.
But check the officers the documents are right.
No, I'm talking about the address.
I'm saying,
it's
but
fake.
the documents are genuine.
I'm not talking about the documents.
But the documents matter.
Step by step.
No.
Step by step.
The documents...
A fake address and a fake name means
I'm sorry, the
nothing.
documents matter.
The fake
but
name...
the documents matter.
You're answering with...
I'm saying the documents are genuine.
So you don't want to answer.
No, I'm saying the documents I checked were
authentic.
Getting to
the argument.
I even checked with income tax officers.
I'm getting to the document next. First, let's talk about the address.
I'm saying the documents are honest.
I'm not talking about the documents. I'm talking about the address.
The man has owned up to interview. It doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter? If the address is fake, the name is fake,
the documents
you will take
are
it from a fake person?
No, but the documents are genuine. Please.
Madhu, you're not getting it.
This is bizarre.
You're not getting it.
You're not getting it.
I'm
sorry, I checked whether the documents are honest or not.
You keep shouting the same. The documents are genuine. The documents are genuine. Yes. I heard you the first time. Now, let's answer one thing at a time. If a journalist receives documents from anyone and you yourself sent somebody of your own to an address that turns out to be fake, is that not a note for alarm?
No, for the simple reason.
So you accept it?
No, please. Don't try to trip me. I'm not that easy to trip, Madhu Trehan. Please, listen to me. It's not as if
I'm not trying to trip you. You're following yourself.
You are making... this is the kind of journalism I don't like. Okay? And I will never follow. What I'm saying is, thereafter, I went to Sanjay himself, saying, do you own by these? He said, yes.
Because he cooked them up. Of course he's going to say he stands by them. If he cooked them up, you go to the person who cooks them up and says, is this real?
I'm saying there
Does that make sense?
Then I go check also with income tax. I have friends in income tax.
He cooked them up.
How can anybody cook up?
Did you go to NDTV? Did you go to Chidambaram?
Why
did you get the other side?
There is... The government has indicted them. Sanjay,
the government has indicted Sanjay and sent him to jail for 2 weeks. 15 days he was sent for harassing these 2 women.
No, it's a lie. He's not in jail.
He's not in jail, but he was ordered by the judge.
If Chidambaram gets after anyone, they could end up in hell.
And if an income tax officer like S.K. Srivastav did what he did and sent 28 pages of a letter to...
High Court orders are against NDTV.
And there are no orders against... Saini threw out his case.
In his case...
Did Saini not throw out his case?
In his case...
Judge Saini threw out Srivastav's case for lack of evidence.
There are plenty of orders against...
Excuse me. 1 second.
Are they not orders against NDTV?
You are bringing up orders which are absolutely wrong. Saini has...
There are orders or not?
Are there orders against... Are there orders against S.K. Srivastav to be arrested, sent to jail for 15 days for obscenity and lewd remarks?
Come on.
For lewd remarks on these 2 women? You've answered that, but you're not answering the one question that you are saying.
You want to defend. Have a good time. I've stated my case. Let NDTV sue me. I challenge them.
1 second.
If I'm wrong, let them sue me. Why aren't they suing me?
Can I ask
Why aren't they
I'm not interested in it. I'm not holding a brief for NDTV.
Obviously, they have nothing to defend themselves with.
I am not holding a brief for NDTV. I'm talking about journalism. All right?
Please, don't give me this spiel about journalism.
Step 1,
you talking
were
on
given
behalf
a pile
of
of documents. Can I just speak for 1 second and ask you a proper question? You were given a pile of documents sent to you by S.K. Srivastav with a DVD of himself talking to his lawyer, sent to you by him. Then let me finish. Then you go to him and ask him, are these documents genuine and is this DVD genuine, which he has sent to you, which is comical, that you go to the very person who sent them to you. Then the story that he goes to a 2G, he presented his case against NDTV and Chidambaram at Judge Saini's court in the 2G court, and it was thrown out for lack of evidence. That you forget. This man has been reported by these 2 women in the income tax office for harassment.
It's such a flimsy case. It's such a bizarre, idiotic case. These
Let me finish.
Are making an ass of themselves by
saying what they are doing. They may be making an ass of themselves, but this man has put fake documents in.
But the women are fake.
And you have accepted them.
They have done illegal things.
And the fact of the matter is that you have not given... Why didn't you give NDTV a chance to respond?
I'm saying, why don't they respond now?
No, why didn't you, before you put the story out, isn't a journalist supposed to get the other side?
Oh, they would have gotten a stay order. I didn't
There's
want
no
that.
would have. Why didn't you get in touch with them?
Because they would have gotten a stay
There's
order.
no would have. That means that every person who does a story will
They
not...
do it all the time.
No,
NDTV,
you have to... As a journalist...
And its standard of
I'm talking
journalism
about
is
you.
so appalling.
I'm talking about... Let's not talk about other people's standards. I'm talking about you. You get a story. The most important thing is to get the other side.
Don't teach me standards.
No, why didn't you get the other side?
It's my jurisdiction. Okay, what I do.
So you, whatever story I plant on you from Guru Murthy and from other RSS people,
if
you
my
just put it.
standards are not good enough, and let NDTV sue me. You
can't order people to behave the way you want.
Then don't.
I'm asking you a question as a journalist.
I'm saying I don't follow your standards, Madhu Trehan.
I'm asking you one question.
I'm telling you, I find your standards appalling. Therefore, I don't follow
what
them.
Standards? What do you find appalling?
The way you are defending the indefensible.
I am not defending NDTV at
you
all.
are
I'm asking you. I don't want to
as an
look.
NDTV rep.
Paranjoy Thakurta and Paranati, did a 1 month and a half investigation into this story.
Oh, please.
Which was printed in the Hoot. All right. They did not.
I'm saying.
Let me finish.
I don't buy that
they
story.
Did not.
Okay?
They did not take. They haven't taken NDTV's side. They have not supported NDTV in it. They took a month and a half, which the Hoot.org published, in 3 parts, in which they examined every single point. At the end of it, they said that we cannot make a judgment on this. Wait, we cannot make a judgment on this. A judge has to go through this and decide. However, they spoke to everybody. They spoke to NDTV, they spoke to SK Srivastava, they spoke to his lawyer Gupta, they spoke to everyone. You did not speak to anyone. You just took the story and put it there. And that is unprofessional and unfair.
Well, NDTV and you cannot lecture me on professionalism. I don't buy it. See, I will take
I'm not
lectures.
lecturing you on unprofessional. I'm asking you, why didn't you get the other side?
Why
didn't you get the other side?
Because there is enough there. By way of
why didn't you get the other
conclusions.
side? Why didn't you get the other side?
Does NDTV always do so?
I don't care what NDTV does.
I know they would have gotten a stay order. It has happened to me 5 times. It has happened to me 5 times.
That means you'll put in fake stories.
This time I took a risk and calculated risk. Yes.
So you put a fake story in.
It's not a fake story. You are asking me fake questions on behalf of very fake people and scamsters. That's what you're doing.
Who
Chidambaram, NDTV. The other ones why should you be defending them the way you are?
I'm not defending them at all. I am not.
You haven't got your facts right
You are
either.
putting... You haven't even done... I am questioning you. You think I'm defending NDTV. Not at all. I don't think I'm defending NDTV at all. I'm questioning
your... If this is not NDTV defense...
not at all. You don't get it. You don't get it. You don't get it. You don't get it. The fact is, whichever story you do, there is another side.
Madhu...
Paranjoy got it.
Madhu, please, if your standard of good journalism is Paranjoy, I'm appalled by that standard. I don't follow it. I'm sorry. It isn't.
Paranjoy's standard,
yes, appalling.
You question his standards?
Yes, absolutely. And it will be proven to you. I'm saying I'm working on all these people.
Which people? Oh my God, Madame Defarge, knitting away, executions are at...
Firstly, I don't do anything secret, underhand, sinister. I don't play games. When I do, just as I am working on Teesta Setalvad and her history, I am working on all these journalists who have acted as proxies of the Congress party in the most despicable manner in hounding an honest man. And that's what my rage is about. And that's why I'm not letting go of this. I can tell you that. No time soon.
Letting go of what?
This search, how this whole sinister mafia came together to hound Narendra Modi, and Paranjoy Thakurda is part of that whole journalistic mafia that's been at it. You are here to teach me journalistic standards of the kind I rejected 30 years ago. Okay? So please, we live in a different moral universe. Therefore,
so I see that, because taking plants from people without questioning where they're coming from is definitely not our journalism. And if that is Manushi, that's a problem.
Have a good time.
I'm asking you a simple question.
Manushi has been judged by many larger audiences
who love you and kiss your feet and all
my
that
God,
goes on, and you don't want to listen to anything critical because you only believe that you're the best and only good people know, understand you, and other people are ignorant of the great enormity of Manushi's strength and the quality of its journalism, which takes plants from people without questioning. You just said all of it.
I said I live in a different moral universe. Good or bad, the world will decide. Okay? I didn't say I'm great. I just said...
You just said you have no idea how Manushi... You just went on singing your own praises.
I said it's been judged differently. Madhu, why do you dramatize? I'm saying I live by different standards. Good or bad is for people to judge, not for Madhu Trehan to judge.
What is your... Why don't you get an interview with Narendra Modi?
आप कौन होती है मुझे बताने वाली मैं क्या करूं?
I'm asking you. I'm not saying I'm not ordering you. I'm not ordering you. I'm saying why don't you?
अरे?
Has he refused?
फिर वही बात. अब खामखा में you want drama. I'm not answering you.
Why do you take every question as a drama?
ये कोई सवाल है. Why don't you interview? I did what I wanted to. It's not good enough for you. Don't even look at it. What's your problem? What I should do is not... Do I come and tell you what you should do? Who you should interview? How you should be interviewing? Do I tell you? Do your job the way you think is best.
I do that's the point.
That is the point.
Why don't you interview Modi? That's a bit childish. We're not here in kindergarten.
No.
The point over
here is...
You
are behaving worse than kindergarten, Madhu. I can't believe it.
You can't take questions.
Is that a question? Why don't you interview?
You can't take a question and you freak out on every question. Why is it that everywhere you go, you fight? You go to any place, you go to NewsX, you fight. Every place that you've been, you've left a wake of people.
Which are the very many places?
Any place that you haven't gone, where you've left a wake of people.
Since you know my history. Tell me.
Tell me any place where you've got along.
Tell me where I haven't. I mean, what?
In CSDS, you said people are against.
Only because of my Modi work.
But that's what I mean.
So excuse me, because I exercise my academic freedom and work on Modi, do systematic work, and people turn against me. So problem is with me, not with them, right? My academic freedom, you will decide, and Yogendra Yadav will decide. What kind of logic is this? I mean, what kind of questions are you asking?
Madhu,
please.
Listen. You have a reputation of wherever you've been, you create a wake of this.
Please don't do psychoanalysis. I could do counter-analysis. I don't wish to. But please understand, I live by different standards. There may be bad standards, lower standards. I may not be as high-fi as you, but I don't wish to live by your standards.
This kind of personal talk
I mean, you're psychoanalyzing me. That's not personal.
This kind of personal, this thing of you're this, you're that. I'm not telling you what you are. I'm holding my opinion to myself. I'm asking questions. And you can't seem to take simple questions.
You've been battering me. You're asking me questions.
No, you're freaking out with questions. You could just answer them.
Are these questions? Why don't you interview Narendra?
Is that a question? Why don't you? Because you've written a book about him. Why don't you get a television interview with him?
I'm saying...
It's a very simple question.
I'll do what I want to, when I want to.
No, I would, if somebody asked me that, say somebody asked me this question, why don't you interview Narendra Modi? My answer would be, I would like to. Now, what is your problem? Why do you freak out? I will do what I want to do. I will have to answer to you.
To me, it's a non-question.
You freak out over every question. And then you say, it's my questions. It's your reaction. My name is not Madhu Trehan.
Madhu Trehan, I said. I don't mispronounce anybody's name.
Okay.
I said,
perfect.
I will do when I wish to. It's not a question worth answering as far as I'm concerned.
The point is that you, at every question, you're freaking out, blaming the question. Whereas
you want to batter people and you call it a question?
Not at all, Madhu. The last thing I want to do is to batter people. I want to have fun. I want to have a good discussion with you.
I wish
but your reaction is so over the top, over everything.
I wish you did
where you presume that when I ask you about your journalistic techniques,
you talk about... That is beyond me. I'm not so high-fi,
I'm talking about journalistic techniques. You're talking about...
I'm saying they're not my standards.
I don't hold a brief for NDTV. I'm talking about journalistic techniques.
You know, your own audience will watch this. They will judge you and me. And we'll see what kind of responses you get.
You have your brand of people who start abusing.
I don't have anybody.
And this and that.
Look at that. Look at that. This is the level at which you talk to people.
But
I have my brand
what you're
of
inviting?
People.
You just invited that we will judge.
You in any case put out everything you do in the public domain. It's not for you and me. It's not for these people. They'll judge. whether
Madhu, look,
you were
there's
asking
one,
me
two,
questions,
three simple questions
that I should have answered
There is a certain
differently.
sense of responsibility that when you
Madhu,
get
please,
documents,
let's
that
stop
one
it.
should
Let's
check
stop
the other
it.
side.
Let's stop
which you
it. We've
refuse to do.
gone over it 25,000 times.
You refuse to check the other side.
Whatever
That
I
is-
have explained it enough.
that is
I don't want this.
irresponsible.
Your definition of responsibility, I don't have to accept. That's what I keep saying. Don't force
So
your
you're a
standards.
republic unto one.
I'm not, but there's a large audience that watches
That you cater to.
No, that you cater to, Madhu, as much. We are both in the public domain.
Supposing somebody asked
I
me,
should have known. You were only interested in badgering me for
not
NDTV.
at all, Madhu.
I
Take
should
it
have
easy.
known.
You're taking it as badgering. It's your responses that making it in badgering. It could have been fun. I really, absolutely. For example, supposing you asked me this question, Madhu, you did this story. Why didn't you check on the? Let me finish.
हाँ,
तू पहले ही बोलने लग जाती है.
करो.
That why didn't you check the other side? I would have said that I did try, but they didn't get back to me, or I didn't want to because I knew I'd get screwed, or this
I
would
said
happen
that.
that way.
I said
But
that. I said I didn't want to
your
because they would
response
get
is
they
so
would get a stay
wild
order.
and crazy.
Are? I said exactly that you're not satisfied. Let this
not
interview
nice.
be judged by your own audiences, not my audiences, and we'll see what they have to say about it.
Okay,
but
let's
end it.
understand
enough.
one thing.
No, enough.
That by accusation, what is happening is that you're creating
अरे
a
छोड़ो
climate.
यार, अब तुम बोलोगे भाग गई थी.
नहीं.
हाँ बोलो, चलो.
चक्कर लेके बैठ तो गई ना. So now what I'm saying is that there is an atmosphere that any kind of accusations pointed towards any high-profile person becomes a guilt judgment on anything. That is the atmosphere that is being created in the press today.
My dear, your heart didn't hurt when a rogue officer like Pradeep Sharma, who has so many criminal cases to his credit, is used to throw muck at Narendra Modi in a case that's patently false. You see the evidence against him. I have studied, I have published. Wait. None of you. Excuse me. NDTV did that morning. No, it's not.
No, I don't know what NDTV
I'm saying
did.
you didn't hurt them. You didn't hurt then.
How do you know I didn't?
I haven't seen you protest.
How do you know I didn't?
12
I mean,
years of demonization of this man on false charges
we're not talking
have
about
not
Narendra
hurt
Modi.
him. I'm saying
I'm
it is in
talking-
that context.
No.
Everything is in that context today. That's the polarization.
Not
I've
on
decided,
every issue. Where does Narendra Modi come into the NDTV and SK Srivastava?
You are hurting because he cancelled that
Not
NDTV
at all.
Google interview.
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay,
Not
very
in the
good.
least.
I'm glad
My
to know you're
relationship
not
with him
hurting.
is absolutely fine.
I'm
And I don't
glad.
know how you were so arrogant as to the vanity of it to presume that he cancelled because you
Not
said
because of,
kacha
no,
chaba lenge.
No, I don't think so. I
You
didn't
tweeted
claim
it.
I said
You
yes.
said because of NDTV
I'm
and
saying we
Chidambaram.
would have campaigned against
The
him.
vanity of it.
You can call it what you like. It's a way
That to
of...
think that it was because of you.
No, I didn't say that.
He didn't say that.
He didn't
it was
say
because of
that.
you.
I didn't say that.
You did.
I didn't.
You did.
I didn't.
You tweeted it.
Tweeted what? That
said
we
it
will
because of
campaign.
NDTV and
We
Chidambaram.
will give him hell. It's a Hindi equivalent of saying we will give Narendra Modi hell in the way that we give hell to many politicians whose actions we don't like publicly. We give him hell for doing this interview at this point in time. That's what it meant. That's no arrogance. If I criticize Sonia Gandhi or Chidambaram, I mean, a lot of people say, "To kacha chaba rahe hai usko." It's a way of saying we'll give hell. And I have a right to say, I will give hell in my little tinchy, twitty way. I account for very little, nothing. And I've never claimed that I have any influence.
You don't think
I have zero influence over Narendra Modi.
That is offensive and low to speak like that?
Oh, don't teach me good manners, please.
I'm
Allow
not talking
me.
about manners.
All right,
I'm
maybe
talking
I'm
about
low.
human behavior.
I'm saying I don't meet with your standards of high, mighty human behavior.
High, mighty? I'm talking about decency.
Achha, it doesn't matter, na? It's
It
my
does
way.
matter. Decency matters.
In a phone conversation
Don't,
to a
high,
person,
mighty might
I'm saying in a phone conversation to somebody, if
आप
you,
तो धरती से जुड़े हुए हैं ना, तो हम high and mighty हैं, और बोल रहे हो कि you can say
Madhu
things like that.
it was on a phone conversation. He made it public. I mean, it was a one-on-one conversation with Abhinandan Sekri. It's not as if I went to tweet to say I will chew him up. It's Abhinandan who put it in the public domain, a personal conversation.
Absolutely.
Then I owned it. Did I back out?
No, you were great.
So?
It was good. That was cool.
No, good or
problem.
not, I don't back out. Okay? let people judge. If I was very bad-mannered, so be it.
No, it wasn't bad.
So,
it was very entertaining. I thought I was fine. You're always entertaining, Madhu. And the last thing I
Okay,
want
then
to
just
do...
learn to laugh at me at least. Don't be so upset. You look like you're
am not
outraged,
exactly
there's smoke
upset.
coming out of your ears and eyes.
Me? I think you're the one
this
who
is the
has to be
first one.
who's answering, not me.
Because you badgering, you don't talk. You
I'm
think
asking-
badgering is your idea of an interview.
Not at all. Listen, Madhu,
I'm
the
sorry.
point is that I'm asking
mean,
you
honestly.
that there is one thing that is happening in this country, and part of it, we are part of the
Please
same field. That
teach that to CNN IBN. Teach that to
what, teach
NDTV.
what am I talking about?
That this atmosphere,
Teach what?
any charge
You don't
can
know what
be
I'm
leveled.
talking about, and you just jump down my throat. ऐसे बीच में बोल देना.
क्योंकि
Jumping
तीन
down
बार
my
बोल
throat.
चुकी हो.
No, but then listen.
You repeat.
How do you know what I'm going to say?
I'll tell you what you're going to
so impatient
say.
and rude. You cut people off. You don't let me even ask a question, and then you're getting smoke coming out of your lovely hair and out of your eyes, and then you're telling me that it's my problem. Come on. I'm asking a very simple question, that we create the atmosphere in which all this polarization is taking place. We are also responsible. I'm saying that isn't it our responsibility that if an accusation is made, we give fair hearing to everybody before you put a story in. Like Paranjoy, and are you saying Sivanti Nainan is also biased? Is the Hoot also biased?
I'm not talking about Sivanti.
Sivanti asked them to do the story.
Paranjoy's brand of journalism I have looked at, and I know it doesn't meet with my humble standards. These are things that you should teach NDTV, you should teach CNN IBN, you should teach people who've run this demonization campaign, fascism,
Okay, do you think you're an open-minded person?
You know, who am I to give myself a
Do you
certification?
feel that you're an open-minded
Please, I
person?
am not here into giving myself good character certificates.
No, you can just talk about how you feel you are.
People have a way of judging.
Supposing it turns out that the story that you published in Manushi turns out to be wrong.
I will apologize then.
You know, so at least...
Then I have apologized many times. Whenever I've made a mistake, Manushi ke history mein bahut sare hain where
you do
I got
tend
the
to jump the
facts.
gun. Like when Sunanda Pushkar was died, within an hour you said murder investigation honi chahiye. You tweeted that.
That's the law, my dear.
Within
Within
an hour.
7 years of marriage, if there is an unnatural death, it should be investigated. That's the law of the
You
land.
didn't even know whether it was natural or unnatural. It was 1 hour and you tweeted. Jumping the gun,
It was
Madhu,
not
jumping the
natural.
gun.
Are you?
You have no
Madhu
idea.
Train, do you know the meaning of natural, unnatural?
No, but do you know what the meaning of
dictionary
jumping the
meaning?
gun is?
Do you know the dictionary meaning
How do
of
you-
natural, unnatural?
A family's had a loss.
Do you know
and
the law?
Suddenly
Do you
you're
know?
saying murder ho gaya?
Meri pyari bahna, do you know the meaning of natural and unnatural? Do you know
No,
the meaning?
explain it to me.
Please look at the dictionary and then question me. Look at the law. And the law says that the death was unnatural. Suddenly she dies. She was not sick. She didn't have an accident.
You don't know whether she was sick or not.
There is, please understand, if somebody is in a hospital, I know they are sick. Somebody checks into a hotel and socializing, and suddenly in the morning they're found dead. It's called unnatural death.
I think
Please
we
see
should
the
drop this
dictionary
because it's
meaning,
really in bad
legal
taste.
meaning.
I think you should realize that when you jump
Please.
down somebody in this kind of a situation, it's really not on. To just call
If
for an
you're-
investigation for murder when somebody has just passed away,
I'm being
it's
proven
really
more
appalling.
right.
It's really bad.
Now the forensic evidence has also said there's something very suspicious in her death.
Whatever it is, Madhu, as journalists, I think we have to wait. There is
You do
there has
your
to be-
waiting. I know how to judge evidence. I do enough legal cases, legal aid cases. I've taken up enough of these causes and cases to know.
Well, Madhu,
when
more than anything
to-
else, you are so impressed with yourself.
No.
That I'm sure our
You don't
audience
even
will
know
be
the
too.
meaning of unnatural
Because-
death and you want to
I am
lecture
totally
me.
ignorant because you have done
Look
so
at
much
that.
work in journalism,
Look at your
so much
questions.
work in your law, so much work in understanding
You're used to
everything.
getting away with badgering people,
Not at
Madhu.
all. I don't badger
You are-
anybody.
No?
It's because your responses are so violent that they look like badgering from my part. I ask you a question and you flip. That is the problem.
You
and
don't
then you're
ask,
just praising
you don't
yourself and
ask
praising
questions.
yourself and praising. हाँ कितना सुने तुम्हारे मेरे को तो कान पक्का ही. What was that thing you used?
You're attacking
you said,
me.
मैं तो सुन के मेरे को तो उल्टी आ गई. What did you say on one
You're
program?
attacking
मैं
me
सुन
in
के
every
मेरे कान पक
sentence.
गए और मेरे को
You
अब
are
उल्टी आ
teaching me
गई.
journalistic standards when you don't
How
know the
can I when
law.
you're busy praising yourself all
I
the
didn't
time?
praise. I said, do you know the law?
I know this and
Do you
I
know
know
the
that
law?
and I've studied this and I've done that.
I
and
said
I've
I
done
know
so
the
many
law,
cases.
and that's why I can say it
You
with
are
confidence,
so,
certain things.
It is fantastic. Thank you, Madhu, that you have impressed yourself so much.